infrastructural transformation.
Yobe State Governor Madhu Buni is calling on the World Bank to minimize administrative bottlenecks and its support to the recovery programs of the state in resettling communities devastated by the insurgency. He made the appeal when he received the World Bank delegation, who paid him a working visit, saying the administrative bottlenecks had slowed down many projects and programs. Governor Buni called on the World Bank for partnership on irrigation under the multi-sectoral crisis response program. Leader of the delegation, Madhu Raghunath, commended Governor Buni for providing the required leadership in making the recovery process very efficient and effective. She said the World Bank is equally focusing on a world free of poverty and a livable planet. And elsewhere, the federal government has instituted the Federal Cares Steering Committee to guide the activities of the World Bank Loan Initiative, NG Cares. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, says this will help cushion the hardship caused by the COVID-19 lockdown and other recent economic reform policies of government. Lomoye Oyemachi reports.
Nigeria COVID-19 Action, Recovery and Economic Stimulus (NGCARES) is an intervention to mitigate the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the lives and livelihood of poor Nigerians, vulnerable households, disadvantaged communities and owners of micro, small and medium enterprises. The $750 million World Bank-funded initiative has so far directly had an impact on more than 2 million Nigerians. The Policy Direction Unit Federal Care Steering Committee was inaugurated to provide overall policy directions to program, liaising with the National Assembly for adequate allocation of resources, to review project performance annually and provide feedback to the government.
There is need to activate the FCSC, that's the Federal Care Steering Committee, whose responsibility is to provide policy guidance to implementation at the federal and at the state level on all issues, including how funds are utilized by the state and states that are not doing well to be propped up to do even better.
The World Bank says it will continue to help African nations to improve the well-being of its citizens. The Minister of Budget and National Planning also wants the international financial institution to quickly approve the disbursement of undisbursed loans to execute programs for the poor and vulnerable.
One of the major sources of cheap funding for our 2024 budget is the undisbursed loans from the World Bank, because of the about $14 billion portfolio, about $8 billion is undisbursed. We have reached the limit of what we can borrow under this cheap sourcing. So if we disburse quickly, we can free off the envelope so that where we need to borrow and we go to the World Bank, we'll be borrowing cheaper money. The
NGCARES program, which will soon be renamed Nigeria Community Action, Recovery and Economic Stimulus, has disbursed more than $200 billion across Nigerian states. The program is expected to wind down in June this year, as the newly inaugurated committees of Women Affairs, Agriculture, Food Security and Education will drive this operation. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
Trainees of National Ministry of Labour and Employment